Hope you guys enjoyed practice and fan day and the whole deal. It was a really beautiful day. Couldn't ask for a better day. Great practice this morning as far as the weather's concerned. Our football team, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed what you see. It's our sixth practice in 7 days. I thought we did some good things, and guys had some good energy and better in certain areas, and need to keep on working, keep on improving. But I like the mentality of this team. I love the work ethic, and I think they're trying to get better each and every day. So that's what we like about it. We'll get back to work with some meetings this afternoon, but pretty good morning session.
Mark, your quarterbacks seem to be throwing, especially Steven, really sharp, and the receivers making some difficult catches.
It was good to see. It's good to see some competitive plays today. Guys that were covered and they forced it in there and made some good plays. I'd like to see us win some more defensively, some contested plays, but it is good to see him throwing and catching, yes. Yeah, Lynn is good to go. We got cleared yesterday at late afternoon. We were able to put him through an individual practice. Today was his second in with no shoulder pads, so he'll be back in. He's got to go uppers our next practice, and then he'll be good to go.
What kind of shape is he in?
I don't know. We'll see. I mean, we haven't been able to work with him, so I don't know.
Mark,
What's that?
How do you guys help?
We're a little banged up. I got a few injuries if you guys want to know specifically, but we're not too bad. I mean, it was 6 days, 6 practices, 7 days. That's pushing it a little bit, but the way our summer school finals fell, had to push it a little bit. But we're not in too bad shape. There's some guys banged up. Nothing major. You saw Beatty in a boot. He rolled his ankle yesterday. He finished practice yesterday, and then it swelled a little bit, but it's a regular ankle, not high or nothing like that. So he should be fine. Eli has a little hammy that he tweaked. I don't know. There's some other guys that haven't practiced. But
Mark, do you have to exercise more caution?
6 practices last year versus now coming out of fifth quarter. Do these kids look that much different the other year recruiting and
yeah, I believe so, definitely. I feel better about it. I felt better about it going into it. Defensively we have a little bit more experience. We worked really hard in the offseason to minimize the mistakes that are out here. There's still some that are popping up that we need to get ironed out that I'm not real happy about. But overall, we're much further ahead, with some experience defensively and, of course, the continuity and experience offensively. So I think our coaches and our players worked extremely hard, all off season, all summer, and definitely evident the first 6 practices.
Do you put in limitations? Do you put in limitations on what you let Lynn do early on? Lynn Bowden do early on?
He'll do what he can handle. I mean, we gotta bring him along. He's missed some days, so yeah, he can't install everything. He can't. Nobody can handle that. So we got to go to day 1 install and feed him a little bit. Yes.
Several of your guys have repeatedly mentioned Quentin as a guy that maybe is standing out at defensive line, and a little bit of maybe a surprise for a freshman. He's certainly at the size. Are you seeing that he can help you guys right now?
I've been very pleased. Pleased with what he can do athletically, and he's a big, strong guy. He's tough. It's very important to him. He has shown up, and he definitely will be a guy that we're going to start forcing into the 2 deep. Yes.
So when you talk about the growth of Charles Walker, you see him a lot more than we do, but he made some huge plays out there.
Yeah, Charles has been a really good player, and definitely has a big role with our team. He's a great special teams player. He's hard to cover. He makes competitive catches, and he goes hard every day. So you got to love Charles and the way he competes.
Seeing him in pads for the first time today, Josh Pascal does not look like a lot of high school kids that just walked out of high school.
No.
Does the way he's played in practice match what you see?
Yes.
Eyeball test?
Absolutely. Very good football player. What's great about Josh is, he has a lot of things, going for him. He's physically what you're looking for, but he's a great kid, very conscientious. He works hard. He's a gym rat. He's one of those guys, a lot like Jordan Griffin. He's in here. Football is very important to him. He's in here all the time. He's taking care of his body. He's lifting. He's running, and he's got instincts. So he's definitely going to be a guy that's going to play as well.
What's the spot he's getting a look at?
He's playing jack right now. Yeah, but we'll move him around a little bit, but as much as he can handle.
What do you got to manage Nick Dane's reps right now if he's trying to get some weight on?
We are managing it. So we're just monitoring how many reps he gets and try to give him some rest and check all his blood levels and all that. If he's not really in good shape, then we're not practicing him. He's very smart, and he's been around for a while with great experience. So his health is most important to us, and we'll monitor that.
You ever been in a situation like this with an offensive lineman? I mean, it's pretty
No.
difficult to sort of balance.
No, it's very difficult. It is. It's very hard on him personally, and so like I said, his health and his long-term health is most important to us, and so we got to just stay on it to help him in any way we can.
It looked like Drew's moving around.
Mhm.
He's same with the same knee.
He absolutely does. He looks very confident and stronger, and can make all the throws again. The last time we saw him in the spring, he wasn't quite 100%, and he was tentative, like you would expect. He had a major surgery that he dealt with a lot of pain, and so, the last time I saw him, he wasn't the same as he is now. It's really nice to see him out there strong, confident, and just going through practice.
There are a lot of older guys sort of on the sidelines yelling at the younger guys, telling them where to be and what was coming next. Is that the leadership that you've been trying to tell us about?
Yeah, it's definitely a big part of it, and encouraging one another, and there's competition across the board, and it's nice to see. I really like this team in that way, in that there's very little selfishness going on. There's guys that they know they're competing for their jobs and still trying to help them, and it's about the team, and we had a great session last night with Jason Cummings about some of that, and so this team is they're taking it. They're taking the medicine. They want to be better. It's important to them.
Coach, a moment ago you talked about how this team's farther along compared to last year. Do you attribute that also possibly to the extra practice for the bowl games last year?
Of course. I absolutely believe that's got to play a part. We didn't have as much time off, and we had a lot of reps, and we had a chance to work with some of the guys that redshirted or didn't play much and bring them along, so it definitely helps.
Steven and CJ seem to really work on that short and intermediate stuff. Have you seen that through all the practice?
Yeah, I have. I've seen him a lot more efficient, and Steven looks sharper. Making routine plays look routine, throwing and catching when guys are open, and CJ's made some catches. He showed up today, but he hasn't been perfect. The tight ends need to continue. We believe they have some talent, and they're big, strong guys. They've got to make tough, competitive plays a lot. He's done a good job. Boogie's a guy that has played very well. We feel very confident with him playing Sam or Jack, and picks things up, and is athletically what we're looking for. So he's going to play a big role this year as well.
Looked like Glenn was going through with the punt returners and stuff like that. Even if he's a little behind on the playbook, is that a spot he could sort of jump in and show his athleticism?
Absolutely. Yeah, if we'll get out there and give him a shot in live looks and see what he can do.
You mentioned CJ showed up today. Is this the kind of situation, not quite like a scrimmage, but you put a crowd out here? Do you pay attention to the guys that sort of rise to the occasion?
Not really, because this was a normal practice to us. This was a normal day. I wanted everybody to get an opportunity just to see a practice, not necessarily scrimmage or a game or whatever. But that's we change certain segments of practice throughout camp, but that's the base, that's the shell of what we do.
With that 2 days going into the second week, how do you approach it much differently than you did before?
Well, as I just told the team, we're out here a little earlier than normal, so when we had 6 practices in the first 7, you got to be careful with that because of all the reps and all the training they do. Football's different. When you get out here and all the change of direction, the stress and the hitting and the pads, it's different. So, but now they'll get a day off tomorrow. We'll have meetings and walkthroughs and all that, but then we'll get in our schedule and we'll start really pushing them next week with some of that volume, some of that capacity that I've talked about. So this week was still good work. The next 2 weeks will be amped up.
Mark, have you had time to form any impression of the punting?
Not really. We'll look at it and see where we're at. They've been strong. They've been very good. They're what we're looking for. They're guys that can run. They make competitive plays. The whole freshman class I've been pleased with. Very conscientious. They work. Football is important to them. They're competitive. So I've been pleased.